Hi guys, I'm Sasha. Thanks for joining me. This is Eric, and today Eric is going to show us how to make these ski racks. So stick around and we'll show you the process and how simple it is and all the measurements.
Out of it. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to trace a kind of a mountain scene out, and then we're going to do some sanding. This board is about 96 inches, I think. We're gonna cut it down to 80 inches because we're figuring for 8 pairs of skis, and we want about 10 inches of board length for each ski. All right, so after we've cut the board down to 80 inches, which is the correct length, I put some pieces of paper together and basically just made a template that I can trace around the mountains with this Dremel to just get a hard line effect, and so that we get the mountain shape. All right, after we've dremeled out the outline of the skyline or the horizon line here, then we're gonna get rid of some of the color in the sky area of the mountains to just kind of create a different color effect. You can either press really hard and get it super smooth, or you can leave some of the relief and the color in there to give it some character. I think that's how I'm gonna do it. And we're using a medium grit paper on this. All right, so I bought these wooden dowels at any large orange colored box store supply chain, and they're about 1 inch in diameter, and the stick is 48 inches long, but it's actually just a little bit shorter than that because I bought these at a large orange box store. And so I want the dowels to be about 6 inches long, but I'm not going to be able to cut them at exactly 6 inches because I'm going to lose a little bit of material with the cutting of the blade width, and because it's just a skosh shorter than 48 inches. So I'm going to cut them to 5 3/4 inches in length. All right, so I set up this little jig on the table saw, and so I measured the 5 3/4 inches, and then I set up this block at that distance. So when I throw these dowels in here to cut them, they'll all cut exactly to 5 3/4 inches. Okay, so for the dowels, when they get attached to the board, basically I've allotted, do you want me to do that right now? I've allotted 10 inches for each, you look at it as 10 inches for each pair of skis. So the dowels go they're 1-inch dowels, and I'm drilling holes. If you take it from the starting point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, there's a hole that's drilled at 4 inches, and there's a hole that's drilled at 6 inches. That way, when the dowels go in like this, you got an inch between each dowel to hold the skis. And then I just measured 2 inches up. You could make it higher, you could make it exactly in the middle, but I figured 2 inches, it was that way you can see the piece a little bit more. So I'll go ahead and drill those holes. So, and I decided to use a screw to hold these together rather than cutting a hole big enough for the dowel and then setting the dowel in the wood. You could do that, but I feel like the screw gives it a little bit more stability because I'm using a 3-inch screw that's gonna go, at least 2 inches into this dowel, and then it's, the dowel's being cinched closer to the wood with the pressure of the screw is pulling the dowel into the wood. So I just feel like it's got a lot more stability that way. All right, so then for the dowels, to make the screw hole in the dowel, I'm literally just holding the dowel and I'm just guesstimating the middle, and I'm also just guesstimating that I'm as plumb and square as I can be, and then just drilling that hole, being careful not to go into the meat of your hand. Just making that hole long enough for the screw. And then take a screw. Like I said before, I'm using a 3-inch screw. This is a number 12 screw. So I'm using a 3/16 size bit for the holes. Then I'm basically just gonna screw this into the back of the board here. Put the dowel onto the screw. Then you can just hold the dowel and run the screw into the dowel. And that sucks it.
Well, thank you, Eric, for showing us how to make that. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.